I feel like this is the other thing that I needed to, or that I was going to realize about Father. The reason why he keeps trying to extend this whole thing of me being here in a way, I I feel like I kept saying, that I feel like Father is hiding, or not hiding, but there's something that is he's avoiding, or he's prolonging to have to do, because of these beings, of the things that they are doing, have created so much karma. And him being the universe, that is the energy source, it means all that reversal of karma and the suffering, most especially for these people, right? It's his energy, and they are installed within him. So he's going to have to feel every single thing that they're going to go through, because they are part of him as well. So it's almost like they've created such great pain and suffering in this environment, that the defragmentation of this environment to return every energy back to where it belongs, it means that these beings, being who they are going to be in such turmoil and such loss and suffering that Father knows that he feels, right? He's going to feel it. And I guess sometimes he might have to, it's going to probably be too much. And I remember him saying he didn't expect me to um, figure it out. There's many things that he didn't expect me to figure it out. And I remember there was one more thing that I needed to figure out. And this is the thing. Because I remember Father saying, and I was like, what are you going to figure out? It's like, no, don't worry. You'll see it when you see it. And now I'm remembering that I would figure out that he's going to go through it. He himself being the universe, when this energy is being reversed in that way, it's going to take a toll on him. And I could see him when he came through to see me, that he wasn't his normal self in a way. He was kind of he was weird. I would say sad. He was carrying the burden, the same burden that Yeshua carries. You know how Yeshua always has this liveliness about him, right? And then there's this moments in that time where he is not really that lively, right? He's similar to Father in that way. Father was similar to Yeshua, and then he would need to go into the pool for some time. That is Yeshua. So as Father, when I'm going to realize this, right? When I realized that, then his father said, "Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, all that energy is gonna come back. You're going to sense it. You're gonna feel it." And it's like, "Don't worry about me. I'll be fine." And I felt so bad, because I was like, all this time I've been thinking about myself only, not necessarily understanding that the man, God himself, the universe itself, the energy that is, has to go through some sort of that feel every person's pain, right? But then these guys have done so much that I feel like they also know that their pain will be his pain. And this is why they did it as well. It's one of the reasons why they kept going with this BS, because they have a vendetta against father. Obviously, they don't have that kind of respect for him. And they know that this energy, because they know how energy works, they know that this energy, when it has to do what it has to do, they're not going to be the only one in that hell, right? Father's also going to have to go through it with them because they are installed within him. They are part of him. That is him being the universe, right? They are installed within this operating system. And as a result, when they go through some sort of a karmic justice of some kind, father's going to feel it. Like their sadness, their pain, their anger, their fear, everything. He feels it. The same way Yeshua feels everybody when they say, oh, they're doing bad things, and then they go back and they be like, Jesus died for our sins, shit, right? It's the same way. They are essentially going through the whole pain that people are going through on this planet to themselves as energies, because of for Yeshua it's more like his energy is tied to earth. In that way, they made sure that his energy is tied to earth, just like the guys who are in purgatory, right? But for father, he is already like he is the universe himself. So that earth is installed within him, and then the beings are installed within him through earth. So whatever it is that we go through in our existence, is he goes through it. If it's not balanced because of this specific way these guys have been doing the imbalancing for such a long time, he feels it. And the reversal of it too, he's going to feel it as well. And this is why I kept saying there's something about father avoiding this thing and making it take longer. But I'm getting that I feel like it's because of he wanted some of them to change, to try to change. But I feel like they refused because, like I'm saying, they have a vendetta against him. But I saw him one time, right, when he came to me and he said, I'm going to figure something out about him. He didn't expect me to actually figure it out, but I did. There's a couple of things that he didn't expect me to figure out, but I will figure them out. And there's one thing as well, and I mustn't worry about it in a way. I think he said that, but I did worry about it. Not too much. I just know that he is strong, right? But I also feel so bad about it. And he said to me something about me not also getting myself in that worried state for it, because of it will drop my vibration. He'll be fine. And when I saw him next time, he said he's gonna be out, right? Not out, but he's going to like not come to me. It's for some time. And then he was out for like, I think it was the transitioning. That's what he meant. There's a point where we're going to transition, and that transition is what's going to take a toll on him. And he might need to be like offline for a while to go through it. But he says to me, I shouldn't worry about it. So when I see him next time, right, soon after even, it didn't take long. He comes back, he's a little bit better, but I can see that, look, he doesn't look the same way he looked when he came, but I could see that he was not well. When he comes back, he's a bit more cheery, but he's older. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, don't worry about it. It will be fine. He's older. But then as we're doing things, right, as we're working, the mission is going forward and we're doing what we needed to do. He keeps getting younger and younger. It's like he's now like starting to move about the way he used to be. He's like, don't worry about it. It will be fine. But he came back and he was older. I was like, what happened? Man, they're gonna take a toll on him. This whole thing of Earth, I think. But he did. I remember him saying something about you and I are going to have to do something. He didn't tell me this detail though, that he's gonna have to go through the whole that transitioning of, hence I keep saying, I kept saying something like, oh, I hate this transitioning. I don't like this transitioning. It's taking longer. I don't like this transitioning. And I'm now realizing that this transition is actually what Father needed in order for him to kind of like, because I remember saying to him, can't we just skip this? Can I not do somewhere else? It's like, no, you're going to have to do it there. And he's like, yeah, I remember that. Oh, goodness. They're starting with their bullshit because of I'm recognizing this vision. I need to go through it in order for the energy to move back into place. And this is why I'm here. Right. So it's like a upgrade in a way of finally, I mean, it's almost like the energy shifting into place where it needs to shift into place. But these programs, these specific programs that I'm talking about, my family have done so much, including the devil, right, Uncle Oman, and I've been defragmenting them most of the time. So they've done so much that this is like the big deal of it. Not exactly only, but it's like also one of the big deal. And yeah, it's like it's a big chunk of yes, I'm scratching it. It's a big chunk of energy movement or energy shifting. When he comes back, they're gonna drain a lot of energy from him. When he comes back, he was older. I was like, what happened? What happened to you? I was actually kind of like looking at him, and at first I was like, wait, what happened? But then I'm kind of like laughing at him because of I see that he survived it. I know that he's going to survive it. It's what he does, right? He's God. But that whole thing, it's a lot of energy that they are draining from him. They're going to drain from him. And I remember him saying something like, it should be like calm at that after that. And he's going to be out of commission again because he keeps going in and out sometimes. He's like, no, I'm going to be out for a while. And it should be quiet until I'm back. He needed to be gone because of he needs to go and deal with that energy between. It's like he's done with my side. Now he has to go back and deal with that energy on the other side, which is the karmic side. And that's gonna take a toll on him. So when he comes back, I think I kind of like laughed at him. It's like, what? What happened? Although I was a bit worried. I mean, he didn't look, he looked like he went through it. He was older, with white beard, but still acting like a young person, right? Father is not like old. People think that he's this old man. He's not. He's more like I think he looks like he's in his, I would say he's 38. He looks like he's 38 or something like that, you know. He doesn't look old. People think he's this old man with white beard and white hair, or no. He's like a dude, man. He's like, yeah. But then when he comes back, I'm gonna be like, wait, what happened? Like, don't worry about it. And then I realized, and I remembered when he said to me, I'm gonna be out of, you know, offline for a while. Not offline as an offline. It's like I'm gonna be away for a while. I need to go and deal with the other side. But don't worry, it should be calm on this side anyway. Your great grandmother is gonna be here with you, setting up some stuff with me. That is, the ancestors are there still, and everyone else is there. The spirit team is there, but if I need anything, but most of that stuff is done. He just needs to go and finalize things on the other side. And I could see when he was saying that he didn't look like he wasn't looking forward to it. He looked kind of sad or something like that. And I think I'm going through it, right? And I piss on him every day to say, yeah, I'm going through this torments and this what. But whatever is that he's going to go through, these beings have been at it for a very long time. Some of them reincarnated just so many times just for this shit. And they've been acquiring. Remember, when you die, right, your karma is still there. Your karmic debt is still there. Your energy goes with you wherever you go. You come back another lifetime, in another lifetime with it until you pay it off. So they have been doing that for a very long time in existence, and they know that this energy is going to take a toll on the universe itself. And they were happy to do so because of these people are, I keep saying that I'm not going to excuse them and say things like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. No. And I'm not going to excuse them to say, oh, they are possessed by the demons. No. Or they are sick. No. These people are not even evil. These people are malicious and hateful. Simple. They're hateful people. And I'm not even going to give them that, accolade of them being evil. They're not evil. They're evil, but the evilness is caused by their hateful hearts. It's that simple. It's not complicated. They're trying to make it seem like it's complicated. They're evil. They're not evil. They're not evil. They are first hateful. And they're not hateful of themselves. No. I'll still keep saying this. These people are not hateful of themselves. They can come and play an excuse of saying things like, oh, I got this bad thing happened to me, this bad thing happened to them, and what. No, it's not because of that. It's because of they are jealous as well. Hateful and jealous. They are hateful and jealous of some being, some other person, some God person, right? They're hateful and jealous of God. They wish they had been the ones to create the universe, but they're not. And they're delusional, thinking that they can actually manage to learn to yield or wield that kind of power. But that idea on its own, these fuckers don't realize, because of they failed to go through their ascension and learn their karmic lesson, they don't realize that you're thinking that you can be so powerful enough to rule over someone else or to be above someone else is the lowest vibration you can ever get in there. You will never ascend with that kind of mentality. If you are going to think that you're going to be a powerful program, you're going to be powerful more than other programs. This is where I say power, the concept of power, is also one of those concepts that I feel like should be scratched. There's no such a thing. It doesn't exist, power. It's created by human beings, maybe on earth, but also, I believe, sometimes somewhere in the universe. Power, there's no such a thing as power, because power can only be there if the being who has the energy to wield it is willing to wield it in that way. That is the concept of power. The way we understand it is not exactly that. Father doesn't act or talk so much from a, it's not to say he doesn't understand about power or know or be about power, but he doesn't exist in that way, as in like, I'm the most powerful being in the universe and I'm going to go about it in that way. It doesn't happen. So you are understanding that you can be powerful, more powerful than that being, the very being that makes you be. There's no such a thing. And yeah. Ish. And I kept asking, why does Father try to find any excuse not to get this done? Why is it always that something has to be extended? Why is it that this has to be one more week, one more day, one more? Then I remembered that it's going to get to the point where once it's done, and I think he said something about transitioning, he's going to do, it's like carrying from my side to their side, and it's not going to be it's not that it's, I don't know if about easy, I just know that it's going to take a toll on him. And I remember him saying something like, yeah, and then we're going to transition and what. I didn't understand what he was saying then because I was a child, right? And then he said something like, it's going to take a toll on me though, but what can I do? It has to be done. And I'm like, are you going to be okay? It's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. And these guys, they think that that's what they thought. What they didn't think, I think what they were trying to, now I'm understanding something. Most probably Uncle Oldman, the devil, was trying to make such a deficit in energy in the universe in order to rob Father of power. But what I understood is when Father does that thing that he's going to do, I don't know what it is that he's going to do, and he loses that energy and comes home old, right? Not comes home old. He came to me here on earth, old, looking old, and I was like, what's wrong? What happened? When after we've spoken and we're giving him, I think we were telling him what happened, what we're going to do, or something like that, and he says to me, he starts talking to us, right? But as he's talking to us, or is it me? He starts getting younger, even right there and there in front of my eyes. But when he came out, he was like rough. I was like, what happened? But as he's talking there, he starts changing. Because I think it's because of I laughed at him. I was like, he didn't want to discuss it. I was like, what happened? I couldn't move past it. I was like, what happened? Why you look so old? Where were you? What like and I'm like, you look different. He's talking to me, trying to say something to me. And I keep going back to the topic of you look different. You I've never seen you like this. I kept talking about it. And then he starts smiling. And when he starts smiling, and father has this thing, when he starts smiling or laughing, he goes young, right? He goes younger. He becomes younger. So as I kept asking these questions and kind of laughing at him, he starts also like laughing at it. And because I didn't notice him when he was coming through first. I sensed him and I was like, is that father? And I was like, no. Why does he look so old? Right. And then when he starts talking, there's like trying to get into business. He doesn't say much, just getting into business. Like, wait, what happened? What happened? Why do you look so old? I had never seen my father like old. I've seen him younger when I made him laugh one time. And he got so young to be close to being a boy. I was like, what happened? But this time it was me seeing him older, right? And I've seen Ra old as well, you know. Ra came home one day and he was very old as well. I was like, why is it that I feel like I know him? I know who he is, but why does he look so old? And I was just staring at him. Father came back looking a little bit similar to, I think he was all white hair, hey. But as I laughed at him like that, he started going younger. Now that was funny. But yeah. So this is one of the things that I had to remember up. I'm going to figure out, which father didn't expect me to. It's like, you're going to start figuring even other things that I didn't think you would figure out there. When he's extending this time. But now I realize that it was because of, not that he was avoiding it. I'm also getting that he also wanted to make sure that as much of it is recovered, as much of the karmic energy, karmic debt, um, is accounted for. He wanted to make sure that I get to the end of this whole karmic debt process. As much as he needed to get to, it's not all of it. It's just the big chunk of it. But then he said to me, the extension is also going to give me enough time to also start defragmenting many other things in the environment, like love and some other stuff, some other topics which were coming online. And but this means now he has to go and reverse all of that karma. Ish. All that karmic energy has to be reversed, like put back into its place. He's the being who's going to do that. I just defragmented. He's the energy source that does that. Yeah, well. the comics and their BS. Yo, I okay. I just hope I can. There's some stuff that I also need to figure out on my own. I just hope that everything will be fine. But I know some things. I know that it's going to be fine because I remember even when he came through, we were like doing fine. We were even. I feel like we were even ahead of something. We were doing great, to be honest. The ancestors were doing, helping us a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I at least record this because I'm probably going to save this part 2. Or maybe something different. Anyway, is there anything else, Spirit? I think that's it.